Students, I hope all of you are quite well by the will of Almighty. I think almost all of you are enjoying our online class, which has been entitled Dimla Islamia Degree College online class. This is J.Zahuru Haque, lecturer of English. In my last class, I have delivered the historical personality, that is the legendary figure of the world history named Md.Zahuru Haque. His glorious and dignified speech was discussed by me, which is entitled as the speech of 7th March in 1971, which was the milestone speech or which was the pioneer speech for the Bengali nation. Now, for this, some people whose benevolent behavior or benevolent practice or democratic practice or democratic thoughts enriches our democracy. Among them, Nelson Mandela is one of them. He was the apartheid fighter to the president. Now you can ask me what is the apartheid. Especially apartheid means discrimination among races. As we are human beings, we don't have any discrimination as we are human. So the aim of Nelson Mandela was to liberal, as all the people are equal and equivalent. Here there is no color, creeds or genders. Now look at the blackboard. Unit 1, lesson 1, people or institution making history. Nelson Mandela, from apartheid fighters to president, especially this very gentleman, was in prison whimsically by the order of the president of that very period. Nearly 3 decades. On the other hand, he awarded Nobel Prize for Peace in 1993, and after that he was elected president, first black president. In Bengali, we can say that the Shetango president. His aim was not to shed blood, but was to reconciliation, by which the win of humanity is must. Now look at the books. Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to the multiracial democracy as an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. Especially his fight was not to the races but around the world. As we know that almost all the countries of the world are sin for injustice. So Nelson Mandela's first aim was to establish a good judgment for the people. Imprisoned nearly 3 decades for the fighters against the white democratic rulers. Especially we know that the white democratic people sent him into the prison, and in where we can mention that our founder father Md.Zahuru Haque was also in prison nearly 14 years. Mandela never lost his resolve to fight the people's emancipation. He was fully man of determination and a man of broader sense. He was determined to bring down apartheid while avoiding to civil war. His prestige and charisma helped him to win the support of the world, especially he was prestigious enough and his charisma, his personality, his behavior, his benevolency helped him to win the heart of the people of the world. Now, his a glorified and significant speech which he delivered on that vast population, on the vast people. I hate the race discrimination most intense, and it on in manifestation. I have fought it too, fought it all during my lives. I will fight it now, and I will do so until the end of my days. Especially his thoughts was to fight against the racial conflict until and still his death. Mandela said in his acceptance speech of becoming South Africa's first black president in 1994. I mentioned it before that he was elected first black president in 1994. After electing black president, he addressed the people that not only I am the president of this country, I want to win all the hearts of the world people. We have at last achieved our political emancipation, especially in Bengali, fought against the political emancipation or against the political freedom. So, the aim of Nelson Mandela was to come into the light by the guidance of Nelson Mandela. In 1993, Mandela was awarded Nobel Prize, an honor he shared with F.W. de Klerk, the white African leader who had freed him from the prison 3 years earlier and negotiated the end of apartheid. Especially we know that he was grateful to the F.W. de Klerk, who helped to come out from the prison of Nelson Mandela. And after that, he didn't forget that F.W. de Klerk was the white. He was the nice man of nice personality, as nice symbol of the world politicians. Mandela went on to play a prominent role on the world stage as an advocate of human dignity in the face of challenges ranging from political requisition to AIDS. His first time after electing president, his first time was to remove the life-killing disease AIDS. He formally left public life in 2004. Especially, he is no more. Before his 86th birthday, telling his adoring countrymen, "Don't call me, I will call you." His adoring speech and last speech was to his countrymen that you will not call me, I will call you if you are necessary in my life. But he remained one of the world's most revered public figures, combining celebrity sparkle with an unwavering message of freedom, request and human rights. Especially we know that all of the political figures are not sent to do in the interest of public health, public service or public jobs, but we can see that Mandela was the pioneer for every corner of every countries all over the world. Then the year Mandela spent behind bars made him the world's most celebrated political prisoner and leader of the myth stature of millions of black South African and other oppressed people far behind his country's border, especially his humanity, his thoughts, his feelings, his sorrows, his suffering was far away from the national border. He was the world famous political figure in the world. In his last speech, he mentioned again, I have cherished an ideal of democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities, he told in the court, especially when he was in trial. Then he stood in front of the court by his side and told that his characteristics was to free from the class of white English, not to the other people, and his aim was to live all people with a harmony or with a peaceful environment, and demanded to equal opportunities which was they segregated. This was his charm, prestige and charisma for which we are owed to him. In a word, Nelson Mandela was a legendary figure, and still he is a legendary personality among all politicians in the world. So, thanks a lot. Till then, Allah Hafiz.